When people file old tax returns, there are often two big mistakes that they make. The first is they file all the unfiled tax returns, and the second is that they don't report all the income that's been reported on their Social Security number. But you're not going to make those mistakes because you're going to watch this video, right? And if you stick around to the end, I have a special freebie for you with some additional mistakes because I don't want you to make those either. Let's get to it. Welcome to Tax Chit Chat, the place where we talk all things tax all the time. So, filing all the unfiled tax returns. Now, you may be saying, Jared, doesn't the IRS want me to file all my unfiled tax returns? Possibly. It actually depends. So, for example, let's take a look at this. Let's say that you have 3 years of unfiled tax returns, but each of those 3 years you are actually owed a refund. Well, does the IRS care if you file those tax returns? No, because it's up to you to file the return in order to get the refund. You have 3 years from the due date of a filing of a tax return in order to claim the refund. Otherwise, Uncle Sam gets to keep it. So it is 2023 right now, which means that your 2019 return was due in 2020. So April 15th, 21, 22, 23. If you do not file that return by April the 15th, 2023, you lose the refund. So let's change the situation. Let's say that you have 12 years of unfiled tax returns. Do you think the IRS is going to want those returns? Probably. So you call the IRS, you're speaking to the employee, and they say, okay, so I can see that you have unfiled tax returns. How do you plan to deal with the balances? Because they can see if you owe or not. And you say, oh, well, I plan on entering into a payment plan. I can't pay it all at once. This is where the mistake is often made, but professionals like me know how to deal with it. So an IRS employee, when they're doing their job, they follow a book. It's called the Internal Revenue Manual, or IRM, okay? And in the IRM, there are certain policy statements that tell the employees how they're supposed to deal with certain things. So the very important policy statement that us tax professionals follow is IRM 1.2.1.618, and specifically, it's policy statement 5-133, delinquent returns, enforcement of filing requirements. Now, what that means is it's going to tell the IRS employee when they're going to have to get X amount of returns in order to enforce the filing, okay? And generally speaking, the employee, along with managerial discretion, is only going to require 6 years of tax returns to get into certain compliance matters. So if you're trying to get into a payment plan, they're generally just going to run 6 years. Now, that's not always the case. Sometimes, the IRS may say, hey, not filing your tax return was willful or was criminal. And in that case, they may want more returns. Generally speaking, the IRS can go all the way back 10 years in total and require you to file a tax return. So how do you know how many years you need to file? One, you could call the IRS and speak to them and they'll tell you. Don't necessarily recommend that. Or two, you could call and talk to a tax professional and we can help you figure that out. Now, mistake number 2, not reporting all the information that is reported under your account. So what you have to think of is your Social Security number is an account number, just like, your cell phone or your cable bill or anything like that. And everything that is reported under your Social Security number that you got a form for, the IRS also got a form for. So that includes W-2s, that includes bank interest, that includes dividends, that includes investments, that includes side hustle income. Side hustle income? Side hustle producer income? Dude, who comes up with this stuff? Well, anyway, the things like, Uber, Lyft, Airbnb, DoorDash, all of those things, they get reported under your Social Security number. Well, when you file an old tax return, the IRS is going to be looking for those things. So if you file a tax return and it's not included, well, eventually the IRS is going to send you a little nasty love letter saying like, hey, why did you forget to include this information? And sometimes, people just forget. Do you really remember like that one job that you worked over the summer and you had a W-2 and like they mailed it to you and then like you lost it? No. So one of the things that we often recommend is that a person get a wage and income transcript. What this is a record of all of the income that is reported under your Social Security number for the particular year that you are filing. In this video right here, we talk about how you can access your IRS records fast. And in this video right here, we talk about the importance of an unmasked wage and income transcript. It's needed if you plan on e-filing your tax return. So why don't you go and check those videos out when you're done with this one. And that way you'll make sure that you report all your wages, your interest, your income, and all that side hustle income. Really, guys? Like, seriously, I think somebody literally just wanted me to say side hustle 3 times. Come on, baby. Say it with me. Side hustle, side hustle, side hustle. Now, while those are the top 2 mistakes that people often make while they file back tax returns, we've actually created a 100% free digital download that lists the 5 top mistakes that people make when filing back tax returns. In order to get that download, just simply go ahead and click the link in the description of this video, or you can click the link right here. Not only does it contain the 5 biggest mistakes that people make, including one that could get you audited by the IRS, but it also includes some information on our new course, How to File Back Taxes, a Step-by-Step Guide. So make sure you go ahead and grab that freebie down below. So until we meet again, always remember, keep earning, keep learning, and just like that, this chat is adjourned.